In this video, I will explain how to calculate average velocity on a position versus time graph. So let's jump right into an example. This says, calculate the average velocity between 7 and 13 seconds. Now we're given this position versus time graph here that shows the movement of some object. The y-axis shows the position of the object and it's measured in meters. The x-axis shows the time and that's measured in seconds. So to find the average velocity between 7 seconds and 13 seconds, there's one really important formula that we have to know, and that is average velocity. Let's write V average. That's going to be equal to the change in the position, so delta, the change in the position, divided by the change, delta, the change in time. So this is the only formula that you need to solve this problem. So the change in the position, the change in x, is simply going to be, let's call it x final, the final position, minus x initial, the initial position, and then we'll divide that by, and the change in the time, that's just going to be the final time, let's call that t sub f, the final time, minus t sub I, the initial time. So let's go ahead and take a look at our graph here. We want to calculate the average velocity between 7 and 13 seconds. So at 7 seconds, it looks like we're at a position, so that's 7 seconds, it looks like we're at a position of about 8 meters. So that's roughly where we're at on the y-axis. So our initial position is 8 meters. And over here at 13 seconds, it looks like we're at a position of, that's about 14 meters. So our initial position is 8 meters, and our final position is 14 meters. So let's go ahead and fill that in our formula. So we'll say average velocity is equal to, in the numerator, we have the final position, which we said was 14 meters, minus the initial position was 8 meters. Then we'll divide that by, in the denominator, we have the final time minus the initial time. So the final time is 13 seconds, and the initial time is 7 seconds. Because remember, this is the time interval that we're concerned with. We want to calculate the average velocity between 7 and 13 seconds. So in our denominator over here, we'll say 13, our final time, minus 7, our initial time. So that's it. So now let's simplify. We have 14 minus 8, that's 6. 13 minus 7, that's also 6. And 6 divided by 6 is 1. Now what's our units on this? Well, remember, average velocity, that's measuring the change in the position over the change in the time. So the position is measured in meters, and the time is measured in seconds in this case. So that's meters per second. So our final answer is going to be 1 meter per second. So this is the average velocity between 7 and 13 seconds. So that's how you can calculate average velocity when you're given a position versus time graph.